Hi, so good morning, everyone, to whoever is viewing this presentation. My name is Zainab Koala, and today we would be presenting the Social Data Mining Techniques Assignment 3, which is the sentiment and analysis which we have collected from various news outlets and articles. So let me give you a brief format about this. Our main goal is to first maintain a workflow. After that, to introduce our teammates. Then I would be giving you a brief about all the tools we have used while performing this assignment. Then we have done the web scraping of various news sources or outlets. After that, we have performed sentimental analysis upon the news. And finally, to put it all together and to compare everything, we have set up a data visualization using Power BI. So let me get you through the workflow of this assignment. Firstly, our main task was to scrape the web from online news articles. So we have used various online news sources such as BBC, CNN, NY Times, etc. After that, we have stored the data. After that, as I told you earlier, we performed sentimental analysis. And finally, it would be data visualization. Now, let me quickly introduce you to my team members. So, our programmer is Ritu Patel. After that, the programmer and the DBA is Mr. Mohammed Arif Chauhan. And our visual designer who has produced the Power BI slides and everything is Mr. Shail Shah. And finally, the business analyst would be me, that's Zainab Goawala. So for the tools used, we have basically used Jupyter Notebook for all our coding. So Jupyter allows to arrange work area with notebooks, text files, terminals, and outputs. Also, it provides a high level of integration between notebooks, documents, and activities. After that, we have used Python. Python is a general purpose programming language. It's a language which constructs as well as it is object oriented. So that's the basic coding language which we have used. Then we have used the NLTK, the Natural Language Toolkit. So this is again used within Python, and we have used, like, we imported it in the Jupyter Notebook itself. Then we have used the Vader sentiment, which is Valence Aware Dictionary and Sentiment Reasonal. It is a lexicon and a rule-based sentimental analysis tool, which is used to get the sentiments expressed on major social media sites or news articles, etc. Then finally, for establishing the connection, we have used the MongoDB. It is a cross-platform document-oriented database program. So this is also used to store the fetch data into the cloud storage. And finally, for our visualization, we have used Power BI. It combines data from multiple sources to create interactive, immersive dashboards and reports, which are pleasing to the eye, and it's really user-friendly. And also it gives insights and drives the business results. So that's all from my side. I'll hand over to my colleague, Rutu, and she would be explaining the details of the project. Thank you. Over to you, Rutu.
Hello everyone, I'm Ritu Patel and I am the main programmer for this project. So we chose the 4 different news agencies like BBC News, CNBC, the New York Times and CNN for our project, and I have scrapped the RSS feeds of these 4 different news agencies. So let me walk you through the screenshot of the my web scraping script. So these are all the screenshots. And this is the CSV output we got from the scraping. And now let me walk you the actual script. So this is our script. Here we are importing different uh, libraries for the scraping, feed parser, NLTK, and pandas for the data frame. Here are the 4 different URLs from where we scrap the data. As I said, we used four different news agencies like CNBC, CNN, CPCI, and NY Times. So we used a feed parser to parse the data from that URL. Here we are parsing uh, the data from our first URL, which is CNBC. Here we are doing like sanitizing HTML code for further analysis. Here we are converting that HTML code into the data frame. Uh, so we are getting this description of the main news article. So this is the raw data we got from that article. Here we are doing the basic sentiment analysis using text block and reader sentiment analyzer. And here we are getting 4 different sentiments like compound, positive, negative, and neutral. And we are joining that 4 different sentiments into our basic raw data frame. And here we are setting up threshold so that uh, from minus 0.01 we can give that threshold to negative like that. And we are adding that sentiment into the last column of that our data frame. So this is the data. This is the final data we got. And here we are converting that data into CSV format so that we can perform further analysis using different visualization tools. Here we are storing that data into our MongoDB Atlas. So and on the MongoDB Atlas, we are using the database name as assignment 3 and our collection name is CNBC. And we are inserting our records on the database here. So the same way we are we scripting all the URLs. So this is the code for our URL2, which was the CNN. So here here is the code for URL2, which is a different news agency. The same way we are scripting the data and storing into MongoDB. And the same way we are getting URL3 and URL4 as well. So this was all from my side. I'm handing over to the Arif. Arif, over to you.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Arif Chauhan, database administrator. Okay, let me share my screen. So I have stored that fetch data, analyze data into the MongoDB using the MongoDB credential. I've used MongoDB Atlas, and I have made a database called Assignment 3, and in that database I have made 3 collection. for collection for different news agencies, and that fetch data is stored into the MongoDB. So the data format is CSV file, because we have converted that analyzed data into the CSV, or we say data frame, and I'm just redirecting it to the database like this. So this is my database assignment 3, and for news agency, the data from the scrapped from the four news agencies BBC, I've fetched around 30 or 39 rows. From CNBC, I also fetch around 30 rows, and the variables are ID, tax, sentiments, compound, positive, negative, neutral, and the ultimate sentiments, which is mentioned in our CSV file. So let me run through the code. Okay, so I have passed my credential, a connected database using a URL string, and my password, which is supplying with my database argument, like assignment 3 into the datasets. Yeah, here. And then I use this command to insert data, that fetch data into the database using a particular particular format, like a dictionary, which is we have already created earlier using list, and then feed it into the dictionary format, so which ultimately gives output like this one: tax, sentiment, compound, positive, negative, neutral, and sentiments. Now the next part will be explained by the visual designer Shail Shah. I'm handing over to you, Shail.
Hi, I'm Shail Shah. And
Can you share your screen, Shail? Excuse me.
yes, just a second. Uh, Hi, as there are these are some data visuals. As we can see, the most printed news are neutral by the four news websites. The four news websites are mostly spread the similar type of sentiment news, but the CNBC has spread the most positive news if we see. And the New York Times have spread the most negative views. This is the bar diagram. This represents the three sentiments uh, of each news channel. CNBC has the highest positive sentiments, which is 38, and the lowest positive sentiment is by the New York Times. These are the basic visuals, and these are the references which we took. Thank you.